down in the desert against snakes as we open up Cardinals Live from our Bally Sports Midwest studios here at Ballpark Village with the man Hungarian Al Raboski. Scott Warman with you. Rick Ankiel joins us as well. So much to get to on the show, Hungo, but obviously Albert really did steal the show, first and foremost.
Everybody kind of forgets that going into the ninth inning, it was an 8-7 lead, but an 8 spot kind of made it a little easier there in the ninth. But what about Albert Pujols? You know, 2 home runs in this game. He had 2 more base hits. You know, just phenomenal what he is doing right now at the age of 42. I was thinking about it today. I faced Aaron, Mays, Stargell, McCovey, all these different Hall of Famers. And, you know, the one thing is, I've never seen anybody get reaction like Albert Pujols is. I mean, those guys got their due, but it's nothing like what Albert's getting, and rightfully so. We know the fans are very intelligent, and they really recognize what they're seeing. One of the greatest, if not the greatest hitter of our generation.
All right, so now we have 6 home runs, Rick Ankiel, from Albert Pujols since August 10th. Just 6 at 42 years of age, that's all. So you see the big 3 most total bases all time as Albert passes the great Stan the Man Musial with his big night tonight. And actually that first single, Al, was the hardest hit ball that Albert had on his board tonight.
Yeah, and don't forget he even tried to steal a base.
Yes.
You know, he got thrown out, but that's beside the point. But I mean, you know, he's batting, what, over 400 in the second half. He's just doing everything, and boy, we have never seen that smile. I mean, the first 11 years, he was just so focused, determined, and now you see him out there enjoying what he's doing, what his teammates are doing. And yeah, this wasn't just you know, let's a farewell tour. He is contributing in major ways, and let's don't stop it.
Hey, we were looking at this, looking up at this during the game between May 19th and July 4th. Albert, here's the numbers.
With some wind in his sails. Well, he came back. He said, look, I really wasn't ready to play the first half. I'm going to have a much better second half. Well, I don't even know if much better is the right words. It's incredible right now. And I think I mean, look, you could go out there for batting practice and not hit 2 home runs in a row. If somebody says, hey, I'm going to throw you 2 fastballs right down the middle. You're not guaranteed to hit those balls out. And going up there and hitting 2 home runs his first 2 at bats tonight, it's crazy.
It certainly is. So many highlights involving the Cardinals from an offensive standpoint, including Paul Goldschmidt, as he has now hit the century mark with 100 RBIs with his 31st home run in the 9th inning. He's our Mid-America Chevy Dealer Player of the Game, and he's at Chase Field with our own Jimmy the Cat Hayes. Jimmy.
3-hit game for Paul Goldschmidt, including a big 3-run homer, 100 RBIs on the season. Let's start with that defensive play by Arenado. A chopper, you scooped it, but after the play, it looked like you had a look of disbelief that that play was made.
I couldn't help but laugh and smile at that. You know, I just kind of put my glove down and the ball went in there. You know, it's not something you practice. That was just really cool, and just had to, you know, take that moment in and just be thankful I was part of it.
Great play by Arenado, too. Let's talk about Albert. Another thing improbable. At this stage in his career, to keep getting better and better, 4 hits, 2 homers, even tried to steal a base. You can see everyone's amazed by what he's doing. Are you also?
Yes, I am. It's amazing. Can't help but laugh and smile with that, too. It's so great, so happy for him personally, obviously for our team. You know, he's a great teammate, leader, one of the greatest that's ever played, and he's doing something that we might not ever see again. Definitely not, you know, us going to be on a team with anyone that does that, and just trying to take that in and enjoy it as well.
I noticed also Albert was pinch hit for by Gorman, gets a hit, and I see Albert standing up and cheering for him. That says something about this ball club, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the type of person Albert is, and that's why, you know, we all love him, and he's been a great teammate. He's been great in the clubhouse and obviously a great player. That was really cool. Great at-bat for Gorman. It was first at-bat back here home, and just a team effort, team win, and we got to do that to keep it going.
Last thing, the reaction to Paul DeJong's grand slam. He's been scuffling a little bit. Everyone was on their feet.
Man, it's cool. Again, you couldn't help but smile with that, and just very happy for him. You know, he's had a lot of ups and downs this year, but he's never given up, and that's, you know, a great example for all of us, for everyone watching on TV. You know, it's easy to get down on yourself, and, you know, he keeps bouncing back, and so regardless of what happens, you know, he's going to give it his best, and that's all you can ask for.
Thanks for the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Guys, thanks. And actually gets a lot of those plays using his bare hand instead of using a glove to save some time.
It's incredible. And you look at the way he made that barehanded play right there, and think about the runner. That was Alek Thomas, who's a center fielder, and he can scoot. It's not like he's out in center field for no reason. He can absolutely fly. And I guarantee you, if you were to ask Alek Thomas, he would tell you that's a hit 99% of the time if he hits a high chopper like that. But when Arenado grabbed that ball, it wasn't even that he just barehanded it, but he understood, like, if you look how short the throw was, I mean, it didn't even really get back to get loaded. It was almost grab and fire it as short as possible. And Al, I'm with you. He's won me over too. I don't think I've ever seen a third baseman make so many great plays that he makes day in and day out.
And the range too, as Al and I were talking about. All right, as we continue on Cardinals Live, more on earlier in the game, Rick Ankiel's the fact that even his base running from first to third, I mean, this young man has some wheels.
You know what surprised me is I got a chance to see him in spring training. Is he's a lot bigger than I thought he was. You know, when you look at him, you don't see it, but you see, when you're next to him, you see the strength, you see how he is. Obviously, we know the energy he brings. He's always happy to be out there. And Danny Mac mentioned this on the show. You know, he got that last base hit, and even though they're in Arizona, the fact that the stands were just yelling, "Newt," that's so cool. I mean, he's on the road and getting basically a standing ovation by yelling his nickname. What a cool thing.
Getting texts from a couple people that were actually in the stands and saying that it was really kind of like a Cardinal home game. In fact, Danny Mac and BT were mentioning as well. But you alluded to it, the ninth inning for the Cardinals tonight. Things got a little dicey. You thought 8-4, you got he goes to 4-2 on the season. And, you know, as Brad pointed out during the telecast, Al, is the fact that the Cardinals, really, their relievers have been not worked over that much because you've had such long work from the starting rotation that Ali probably felt the need that, hey, I can go to this bullpen pretty early tonight.
Yeah, and once again, you know, Palante, you know, that bridge guy really does an excellent job. He pitched 2 innings, only allowed 1 runner, a walk in there, but kind of bringing it up. And then we see Romero at the end, but you're right. Cabrera, who was kind of in the doghouse there for a while, working his way out. He was very efficient also.
All right, so the Cards with the big victory. Let's go to Phoenix right now and hear from the Cards manager, Ali Marmol.
It does. We've talked quite a bit about it. Starting in spring training, you learn what kind of teammate you are when you get taken out of a game or when you get pinch hit for and trained for. Obviously, all these guys are competitors and want to be able to do it every chance they get. But as soon as I had the conversation with Albert, he was on board and then filled Gorman in on kind of what to sit on and kind of how to approach that at bat. So he was equally as happy for Gorman and anybody. So he's a pro, man.
Gorman in his hometown was nice, but Albert, 2 homers, 4 hits overall, even attempted to steal base. Took a good throw to get him at second base.
Yeah, we had something on bum, and he took a chance there, but overall, just an incredible night. He's taking some really good swings, 2 home runs, pretty special to watch, but he's doing a really nice job right now.
Probably a bit of a chicken and egg question, but who's having more fun? Is Albert having more fun with this team, or is the team having more fun because of Albert? I mean, how are you seeing this kind of feed into each other?
The group's enjoying competing together. They're embracing competition, but they're having fun while they do that. And it's a perfect mix of veteran guys, young guys, and at the end of the day, they're super prepared. And once they go out there, they're focused on executing and having a good time. And it's fun to be in that dugout right now.
There's a lot that goes into it. Do you have a favorite part of this game? I mean, it seems like you could go with the grand slam to end the slump.
Yeah.
The barehand play.
That play was incredible on both sides. The barehand, the pick. There's not another combo that can pull that one off right there. The 2 home runs by Albert. That's incredible. It's good to see Paulie come through there with that grand slam. He's had a tough time in a stretch that's not going the way he wants it to. So to be able to do that was good. And then Newpark continues to swing a good bat and give us, just really quality at-bats there in the 9-hole. He'll be leading off tomorrow against the righty, but yeah, there's a lot of good things. Palante being able to come in there and do what he did for 2 innings. And then it was nice to see Romero there at the end. That's electric stuff. You can use that.
The response by you guys after they cut the lead and made it a ball game, it was almost an unforgiving response. I know you like to see that offensive.
Yeah, you do. Our guys are really focused on what we're capable of doing. Just there's a lot of trust up and down that lineup right now. That was a pretty good display right there.
Did you You see Hudson had some moments where he was able to get out of trouble.
Yeah,
had a few moments of trouble.
Yeah, the walks in the first inning were the tough ones to watch. Overall, we wish he would have given us more length, but he was intentional during the last week in increasing the velo of that sinker. We saw him up to 94, which is closer to that baseline of 2019, so that was a step in the right direction. But at the end of the day, he didn't get your normal ground ball double play to get out of certain innings, and the 3 walks made it tough. Deep counts, 3-2 counts often, leadoff man, only 2 out of 5, so it would have been nice to get a little bit more out of him.
All calls if he continues this.
And of course, 2 home runs tonight. Home runs number 691 and 692. It is really incredible when you think about it. Again, at 42 years of age, Rick Ankiel, how he is absolutely crushing left-handed pitching.
Smashing left-handed pitching. And then the pinch hit grand slam, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day that was in the midweek. I mean, listen, I don't care if you're 22, 32. The fact you're 42 years old, a pinch hit grand slam as a hitter is the echelon of hitting, right? I mean, it's just the pinch hit thing. But 14 for 26 over the last week. To me, when I seen the smile on his face today, it almost seemed like he was in a little bit of disbelief, right? Like, it's not like we know he can't do it, but to do it like that in that kind of fashion, it's incredible. It's hard to come up with words to explain like how cool it really is.
So with Mark Melancon coming into the 9th inning, Albert gets pinch hit for the low.